welcome to yet another episode, and we have our esteemed guest Soni Singh, who is the Wonder Woman for the show this time, and she has inspired many through her action and mentorship. I must say, she is someone whose inspiring story is all about converting adversity into opportunities. I can go and on talking about Soni. So, Soni, thank you so much for your time to come to the show. It is my honor to host you. So, how are you feeling being here and being the Wonder Woman of the show?
Thank you, Indu. Thank you so much. It's really a blessing to be with you here. And you have addressed me so well. I'm not so big. Thank you so much once again. And first of all, before I start my things, let me congratulate you for your wonderful book, Nowhere to Grow But Up. Awesome book. Indu, I know you since almost 1 year now. Yeah. And the story that you possess and the background from where you belong, it's absolutely mesmerizing. So, congratulations once again.
Thank you, Soni. So, how does it feel, Soni, to be in the show of Wonder Woman next door?
Yeah, this is one of the great opportunity and definitely one of my dream to be sitting with you. And yes, I have seen number of couple of females who have pouring their heart out in this platform and helping others to grow in their lives. So it's definitely a great medium, especially for the people like you and me who are who have a pure heart and intensity to help others grow in their life. So definitely thank you for this opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Soni. So, Soni, we all want to know a little bit about you, the background you have come from, your professional background. So, if you can tell a little bit for all of us to know more about you.
Sure. So my childhood was entirely in army campus because my father was in army, and yes. So since childhood, I was very enthusiastic child, good in studies, good in sports, everything. But yes, just below above average, not below average, just above average, and at the thumbnail or benchmark of toppers. So kind of girl I was. Quite appreciated by teachers and favorite of many of the teachers, so something like that. And since I was born and brought up in army campus, so I never faced any kind of competition. Why? Because every man there who they were wearing same color, that green khaki uniform, right? And then every females at that time, if I talk, they were mostly wearing saris and suits. So whenever I opened my eyes, I saw always similar kind of people. So competition was almost nil. And if I talk about how do we used to communicate or commute from one place to another at that particular point of time, also if I say, because army campus was something just near to my father's office, so he either used to walk to his office or maybe ride a bicycle. And same goes with other parents as well, other uncles and other people who are living just near to us. So there was no competition I have seen in my childhood. But once we stepped up, growed, and then we moved outside this, kya kehte hain, civil. One is army and then civil. When we moved into civil society, so that now what I was able to see is kind of competition. People are just busy in showing their status off and busy in what they are good at and something like that. So a lot of competition, and I was like, what kind of people are they? Why they are so competitive? Even though I was not able to recall what is Gupta, what is Baniya, what is this religion, what is that religion, because in army campus when you go, you will see temple, you will see mosque, you will see church, and you will see everything. Even gurdwaras also we have gone, we have served in gurdwaras as well. So for religious point of view also, we have never been given that discrimination. So I was kind of, my brought up was kind of that. And when I moved into the civil society, I was seeing everything. And people used to make fun of it. Arey wo to Baniya hai, he is Gupta. And I was like, what is this surname? Say how you are able to recognize the religion and the background. So those things were there. So I realized the world that I have seen so far is quite different from what is exactly it exists. So that was the one turning point for me. And then when I moved into my job, I moved into IPR industry, intellectual property rights. Okay. So I worked there for almost 12 years in the same field. And why it was so, because when I jumped into the job. After 2.5 years, I got married. And once you got married, you have to settle down, because you have to give good time to your family, and contribute your good things to the family, because you have to prove yourself, everything that it comes, that has been inculcated into us from our mothers. So it was like that. So after 22.5 years, then I had my first daughter.
Okay.
So again, I have the second stagnant phase of my life, wherein I could not, like, unlike, men, I was not into that mode of, switching jobs, looking for other opportunity, so that get a better hike. So that's how my growth was very stagnant. Because in maternity phase, you were judged because of these things. She is going to maternity. She just came out of maternity. 6 months of, honeymoon period she has already enjoyed. So such things, happen with females, and it happens with me too. And till the time I'm settling up and covering up, after 2.5 years, again my second daughter was there. So this is how things, one and another life incidents came happening with me, and that's how I spent almost 12 years in the same organization, same field.
Okay. Okay.
So that was kind of thing which gave me realization when I was stepping into my life, but my money was not increasing, and I was not able to cope up these things. And definitely, my husband was also earning, but I was always into kind of independent kind of lady. So I was little hesitant when asking for money. Although it was not like that, my account is going completely blank, empty. But yes, I was able to relate, ki whatever I want to give to my daughters, I'm not able to give that because of that money crunch, or maybe you can say, limitations. This is how my story is so far. And then finally I stepped into mentoring, and wherein I was able to leverage this beautiful world, beautiful resources, and I am able to fulfill my dream as well as my daughters.
And I know you have been into this international platform of TEDx.
Yes.
So, how does it feel, Soni, coming from that background and going through all these challenges and now being into the TEDx platform and being a TEDx speaker? How does it feels?
Yeah, Indu, it feels really awesome to be on that platform wherein people like big builder, millionaires, and then leaders, they are watching you. Because obviously some small people who don't have dream, they don't go and watch TEDx speeches. So being at such a platform wherein prestigious people are looking at you is really, really amazing feeling, amazing experience, and I'm truly blessed. I'm very grateful that I got this opportunity. So I feel blessed.
So this, I'll tell you, this is an inspiration to many who are listening, because Soni Singh is a TEDx speaker also, and she has completely transformed her life because she took control of her life in spite of all the challenges which I feel 90% of the women go through. It is not Soni's story, it's a mirror to most of the women across India. I'll not say India, across the globe. And she's a TEDx speaker. So how do you navigate this entire journey? You told you started your mentorship program. So what is it all about, Soni, and how do you help? What is your mentorship program? If you can get
So, yeah, definitely. So when I was into my job, and then when I had my first daughter, and I saw similar situation with other females also, other colleagues who were there in the office, they were also talking about same challenges. You need to satisfy people. Like we are always born and brought up in such a culture that we have to please everyone. But it's not true. We cannot please everyone. But in order to do that, we sacrifice lot of things, our being time, our health, our priorities, everything. And that particular point of time, I realized it's not only me. There are a number of females who are going through the same phase. And I have also seen the same this thing, because of the social media, because of this digital world. We are able to see how other females who are successful, they are able to transform their life. Talk about Sudha Murthy. She even has a family, she has kids, but she come up, right? Talk about Indra Noori. These females have gone through the similar phases, but they have shown something great. They have worked on the path of hardship. That's why they have become successful. So these things always keep on inspiring me, and I was always searching for something which can give me a financial freedom. Because once you're financially free, you are very, very confident from within, right? And once you are confident, you will be happy, and once you are happy, you will be able to pour happiness to others. So this is how we kind of a chain reaction. So I was able to connect, females are really, they are into their shell. they are not crossing their boundaries because they have, कहते हैं लक्ष्मण रेखा रेखा बन गई है उनके आगे, and they can't cross it. And it's not like that. They are not living their true potential. So I started exploring, I started reading many books, I started watching TEDx speeches, and then many motivational speakers. And then finally I landed up to my mentor, who helped me and gave me a correct path to come out of the dark zone.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how I came up. And then when I came out and I realized, yes, it's a foolproof journey, we can do. So I was able to implement the same thing to other females. So whosoever is in my vicinity, they wanted to learn from me, I had started helping them and guiding them.
Wow. Wow. So what do you help for? What is the work that you do in this area?
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, women are not even, because we have done some graduation, did some education, but we are not utilizing it, because actually what we have studied in books is very different from what makes us earn money, right? So this is the quite different thing. And also females are not even aware of what they can take over. For example, many females are not financially knowledgeable. I'm not talking about sound, not financial knowledge, like how much you should save, what should be the ratio, what should be fraction of amount they are saving, and what is your expenditure. So these they are not able to calculate. So I started talking to them about their money relationship, right? And second is the personality and development, like how you should be confident enough, the present yourself in the way you are. Why do you want to portray somebody else? It's very important. And third is you don't be, you cannot please everyone, and it is impossible, and it's completely foolish thing to please everyone. Right? We cannot do that, because somebody or the other will definitely have a complaint with you. So stop doing that. Your mind will be, your 90% of tensions will be stopped by then. So these are the certain things which I started inculcating in them, helping them to understand by giving various examples, and also guided them with good books which can help them to cover up their mind, limiting beliefs. Because we have been designed and framed in such a way that we are not able to come out of our limiting beliefs. Right? This is how I help women.
Okay. And I was actually stalking you in social media, and I love your post, the way you make it. So, and I sometimes I also see your daughters in the post, and they're so cute. So I know there is a framework also that you have built, and that is very fascinating. So can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely. So, Indu, what I do, I talk about my vivid framework. That is VIVID, vivid framework. And in that framework, what I do first is you have to be very clear with your vision. People are not even aware of their vision, and this is so beautiful concept. We have heard about vision board, create a vision board. What do you want now? What you want to become after 5 years, and what you are aiming after some particular number of years. So people are not even aware of this. Even when you go for an interview, the first question is, where do you see yourself after 5 years, right? We practice for that question when we are appearing for the interview, but in our life, do we practice that vision? No. So this is the first thing that I help people with. Create your vision. Be aimful for your vision. That is very, very important, right? So first is V. And then second is I, that is identification. So identify your strength and weakness. Everybody knows, this is the something wherein I am good at. And this is something I'm not good at. So let's polish the thing which where I'm good at. Why do brainstorm and drain your energy and you kill yourself out just covering up your weaknesses, right? So everybody has some loopholes, everybody has some benefits. So do the work which can give you 5-star rating, right? So I just help them analyze, identify your weakness and strength, and boom your strength so that weakness is almost nil. Right? When you boom something, and then when you are getting 5-star rating out of it, then definitely nobody will look at where is at your 1-star rating. So this is how I help them to understand about their self-identification. And third is value. Value is for yourself and your finances. So people should be very, very aware of their financial independence, their financial value. Like, what is the worth of income that you're earning? Plus, be grateful of the money. So value is something which you create by your own, right? So always do some valuable financial planning, do budgeting. If you are aiming for something, I have seen people, if they want some phone, they just go and swipe the credit card and grab it. But why don't you think in the other way? If I need this phone, let me plan it. If I can, save this much amount, in within 3 months I'll be able to grab this phone, and I'll that will be completely from my amount without any loan. So
Yeah.
people don't have this thinking because they have become patienceless. They don't have patience.
Mm-hmm.
Completely impatient people, because we are now into a era wherein on a button of click we are getting things, but we are not calculating things. So this is how we are losing our value.
Mm-hmm.
Be valuable in terms of your own respect as well as money. That is very, very important. And fourth thing is dynamic legacy. I always talk about, people you have seen that you should be doing something which is creating legacy to others. But
Mm-hmm.
what if you are not creating a dynamic legacy? For example, your whatever you are delivering, whatever you are good at, it should be adding some value to the future generations as well, not for the current, as well as for the future generations. Leave behind something which is adding more value to the future generations, then only you will be highly recommended in the market.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So
Correct.
this is how I help them to think about something which you really want to deliver, something which, when you are not here in this earth, and still people can recall you, still people can recognize you. So create that kind of legacy for those generations. Right. And finally is investment, obviously. Invest in yourself.
Uh-huh.
That is, when you know that, this particular thing is your strength, when you have done your strength analysis and weakness analysis,
Mm-hmm.
invest in yourself. Why? Because whatever is your strength, maybe you can add some more value into it. And how you can add more value into it? By following, people who are already the legends of this particular field,
Oh,
right?
oh.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how you will get to know? When you come get in touch with other people who are experts, who
Mm-hmm.
are already, given some landmark in that particular field. So follow them. Maybe if it is required, go and buy their courses, buy their books, read them, buy their programs, go to the seminars, go to the webinars, attend how people connect, go and create your network. So network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
The way you are sitting in a close connectivity and the way you are interacting with other people, it is directly proportional to the way you are growing in your life. So
Wow.
these are the certain things that I use to help them learn and identify so that they can grow themselves.
Wow. This framework, the vivid. So
Vivid
Vivid
free.
framework, listening to it, I got so much of positive vibration, and I think this framework can help you become so vibrant in life.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you
Thank you.
so much for sharing, Soni. I was like listening and it was so deep. So each and every word that you mentioned, it connected at least to me because it plays a very important role in whatever we do. So thank you again for sharing that. So next question, Soni, is what drives you to work on this helping others to become financial free? What is that your drive to do this?
Yeah. So when we talk to other females in society, or maybe, a couple of females, they come to me and they talk about, you can do this, but we cannot do this because we have so and so. So I just try to relate them that once upon a time, I was also similar kind of, person.
Mm-hmm.
I was also, covered with limiting beliefs, not coming out of it. And then I can see, others also who are just coming out of these problems and rising like a shining star.
Mm-hmm.
So these things, brings me energy and gave me fuel to ignite. And that's how, I started, first of all, working on myself. It
Mm-hmm.
helped me a lot. When I worked on myself, I got a lot of clarity. It's like, peeling the onion. When you pull out one layer, another layer will appear, then peel out another layer, one more layer will appear. So I started working on myself, and layer by layer, when it cleared up, my vision become very clear that what I want in my life. So now when I interact with females, and whenever I, hear good words from them for any my post, Sony, your posts are very encouraging. We feel, connected, and you're doing so good. Just keep on doing these things. So I just answer question one thing from them. Why don't you move ahead? If I can do, why not you? We all are same. It's just that, small ignite is required. Because females are mostly in comfort zone. What I have seen, to be very honest, females, they have set into comfort zone. They have an earning father, they are giving them all the luxuries. Now they have married to someone who is very wealthy, and they are just teasing them with whatever they want. Bas ek nakhra hi to karna hai and everything will be in their place. Those things I've seen very common in females, and they have just they're sitting in their shell in the comfort zone, enjoying AC, watching television, and so. But just think about, if you are so lazy, let me use that word. If you are so lazy, how can you taught your kids to be active? What they will learn from you? If you are not doing anything, if you are not taking any step, what your kids will learn from you? Just think, because kids, they definitely copy us. So at least for the sake of your next generation, upcoming generation, at least put a landmark for yourself that yes, they will be, when they grow up, they will be able to say, yes, my mother was something. She was there. She was doing something for society. She did something for us. She left some legacy behind. So these kinds of words, don't you think it will please you once you will grow up and listen from your kids? This is how I just encourage them to become the next and best version of yourself.
Oh, wow. This is amazing work that you're doing. So, all the very best. And I know you're going to touch millions of life and bring that impact. So, the next question, Sony, is for you, what is self love? Because when you were saying that they're lazy, they do, sometimes they also, I feel that they also undervalue themselves. They feel ki, I think it is, I cannot do it. Confidence, I think you talked about confidence. And somewhere they stop loving themselves. They're so busy with everything, they forget themselves. So
Absolutely.
what do you think about self love, and why you think is self love important?
So self love is self care, self respect, self confidence. Everything comes in under self love. I have seen females who avoid doing makeup because they don't want to give a show off. Come on, guys! If you have a bed in your room, don't keep your bed sheets over it? Definitely you do, because it makes adds beauty into the bed. So
True.
it's just like that. If we have God has gifted this body, it's free. So don't you think you should decorate it? So
Yeah.
applying a kajal and applying a liner or a lipstick, it's not showing off. It's adding beauty to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a straightforward messages to those females who think who the other females who are applying makeup is just show off. It's not like that. If you can decorate your house, you can decorate your body as well. So this is
True.
a simple definition of self love, right? And also, do not underrate yourself. You should be knowing your true potential. If you can do something, you should have guts to say no if you can't do something, the other thing. So this is a self love. If you underestimate yourself, if you will keep yourself self image very low, you will giving other plates upper hand to demoralize you. And never give that. Don't give your life's remote to anybody other's hand. This is the one key rule.
That's very true. And yeah, ladies, start applying makeup. At least
Yes,
kajal and
definitely.
lipstick. For me, that was the takeaway.
Yeah, in fact, I was when I was just reading an article from Vinita Singh, wherein she has mentioned that during the COVID time, her business grew up to 400 crores. So why it grew? Because there were females who were applying lipstick and makeups, right, under the mask as well. So if they can do, why can't we, all of us, right? It's our right. We have a beautiful body. Why not decorate it, right? Exactly. In fact, when we bring any भगवान की मूर्ति अगर लेके आते हैं, we used to put them, wear beautiful clothes,
Decoration and all.
garlands. So we do decorations everywhere. So why not on ourselves? Who is stopping you, and why are you stopping yourself to decorate yourself, right? So it's a self love.
Wow, that was very straight and very honest. Thank you, Sony. So, do you have any guilt in life, Sony?
Yes, I do have a guilt in life. I was a kind of good student in school, but I have a guilt that I didn't work hard during my 10th, and because of that, I got, second division of marks. So that was the one guilt I had. But yes, I covered up that thing, and I don't see anything because of that particular thing which is lagging me behind. But yes, I could have done better. That was the one guilt I always feel. that, I
I,
was,
I think that doesn't matter now. You
yes,
are
that
a
doesn't matter
speaker,
now, but
you are a
my
mentor,
parents,
you're helping many people change their life. So it doesn't matter whether you got
yeah,
second.
now it doesn't matter, but coming out of that time, that zone was little, little depressing for me, because my parents were hoping some good marks from my side, and I didn't put my 100%. I still remember, I confess that I didn't put my 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And because of overconfident, I didn't go for tuitions. I was, under impression I'll do it or everything from my side myself. So that, overconfident was little harmful for me that time. So that was one guilt that I still have, but it's fine now. Now I have overcome that guilt.
Yeah.
That, education is not always everything, because we have seen people, what happens when school times, people who are low graders, they are into arts, and the art students, they become IS officer.
Mm-hmm.
So percentage doesn't matter, at some point of time. So
Yeah,
it's all okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So I know you have two daughters. You are doing so much of work, mentoring a lot of female to help them go become the next best version of themselves. So how do you manage your time, Sony, between your work, which I know it's a very hectic every time you're into
Yeah.
calls and all. So how do
Yes.
you manage this transition?
So yeah, this is really, really very difficult to manage, because it's number of times I step into call, and still from morning 10 o'clock till night 10 p.m. I'm into calls. So it happens, and when they are trying to you know peep into my room to see whether mama is free or not, and I just, by finger I just ask them to go from the room. So these all things happen, but I always keep one thing in my mind: if right now I'm doing my work and I'm 100% into it, so
Mm-hmm.
whenever I will get my time to
Mm-hmm.
spend time with my daughters, I will be 100% into that.
Mm-hmm.
So by giving 100% in whatever I am doing, I justified my role.
Mm-hmm.
And I will recommend to all of you, don't be in dilemma when you are working, that you are not doing justice to your daughters or maybe your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because any which way, being into dilemma situation, you are not doing justice to your current role.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So do whatever you are doing 100%, so that you can wind up it effectively. And in the rest of time, you can give that time, devote that time to your family, spend with your family, give the quality time to your family, so that that guilt will not be there into your. Like
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, I had, light day. So I took my daughters to the mall. I,
Mm-hmm.
gave them whatever they wanted to eat, their favorite stuffs, everything. And we enjoyed and came back. And then in the evening, late night, I had a call at 8 o'clock. So I enjoyed that call. So this is how I balance. When I'm into my official things, I focus 100%. And when I'm into personal things, I focus 100%. I try to don't keep these things separate. I don't mix up things. So this is how my formula of, managing work and work life
So
balance.
it is basically giving the 100% to what you do and don't get into the
Exactly.
guilt phase where you're not
Exactly.
able to do either of the thing. Because the
Yes.
reason why I asked this, Sony, was many whom I know, this is the reason why they said I cannot do because I have things to manage. I have family, I have
Mhm.
kids to manage, so I have to pause the rest of the things. And this
Absolutely.
becomes a very big reason why there are very less female in all the different sectors that we see. So
Yeah,
any
in fact,
message that you have for them who are, you told na that dilemma, and also you use that word guilt. I think that is the biggest thing which holds many, because of that guilt, that am I a good mother, am I a good wife?
yes, yes.
So how to overcome that guilt?
So first thing is, you cannot please everyone, and be the who you are. If you are into professional, just be the professional. And at that particular time when you are sitting in front of laptop doing your office work, thinking about your kids is not going to add value to your work. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, your concentration will deviate, and then you will end up doing messes.
Mm-hmm.
And simultaneously, when you are at some outing with your family, don't think about your work, because you are enjoying time with them. Then there is no point adding official things into your mind.
Your mind.
It will not add value to there as well. So
Mm-hmm.
be whatever you are doing, do 100%, and don't try to please anyone. First of all, be honest to yourself. That is very, very important. Right? You kids, have you seen kids? They enjoy the time they are into. I have seen, when my daughter starts crying for any particular reason, and when I have to do my work, the only brahmastra I have to offer her a chocolate. And once I offer her a chocolate, she quickly wipes her, tears and everything, and started eating.
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is how she feel happy. She lives in present. Okay, I was crying, mama gave me chocolate, let me eat chocolate first, then I will see anything else. So they live in the present. So
Mm-hmm.
why don't we become that beautiful child? So this is the only thing, live in presence.
Live in present.
Present time, live in present time, yeah.
Wow, wow. So we are almost at the end of this show, Sony. So we have a rapid fire where I'll ask you few questions and you have to give the answer instantly. Okay, so are you ready for the rapid
Yes,
fire?
yes, I am ready.
Okay, so the first question is, which is your favorite sport?
Swimming.
Swimming. Oh, wow. Any sportsman you follow?
Not as such. Cricketers may I was watching Tendulkar some time back, but
Okay. Okay, the next question, any sports woman you follow?
Sania Mirza,
Okay. Who is your admiration? Who is someone who you admire?
Indra Nuri.
Indra Nuri. Wow. And if your name was not Sony, what would be the name you would have picked for yourself?
Never thought of because it was gifted by my parents. Yeah.
But any name you thought, I wish my name was this.
Uh, as of now, not coming anything to my mind. But yes, similar sounding words like Soni, Sonali, Sonakshi, something like that coming into my mind.
Okay.
But yes, this is the only, yeah.
Okay. And which is your favorite holiday destination?
I want to go to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
Not yet
Hopefully
been there.
soon you will go.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. And when you go for shopping, what is the best thing if price is not a concern you will pick
For me,
for you?
I like dresses,
Okay.
so I will pick that.
So we all are typical women, you know.
Yes, yes, obviously.
So this was the rapid fire. Good job, Sony.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so last, Sony, since we are at the end, any message for the audience? Because this show is all about women and to encourage women and look for the Wonder Woman like you and get the inspiration. So, any message or 2 points that you want to convey to the
Hmm.
listeners?
So, for being a woman, I have always realized, and seen that, we are always into a kind of confused state. So, one line for that, own your stage. If you are a housewife, own that stage. If you are a working woman, own that stage. If you are a mother, own that stage. That is the only key to success and live life happily. This is the first thing. And second is, never go to please everyone because we can't do that. So be who you are. No need to portray somebody else, and no need to get influenced by any somebody else. It's good to get inspired by anyone whom you like, and then by inspiring, implement the learnings in your life to become inspirational.
Oh, thank you so much for pouring all this knowledge and inspiring everyone, all of us, including me. So,
Thank
thank you
you.
again. Thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful talking to you, wonderful knowing you. Thank you again, Soni.
Thank you so much, Indu, for calling me here and giving your time too. I know you two are a highly busy woman, one of the Wonder Women. So this was a glad meeting with you. Long time after long time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, we'll continue to meet and
Yes,
definitely
yes,
would
yes.
love to interact with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.